Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Head, and welcome back to the Baseball Head 2, and hope you like this video and subscribe. We're going to talk about the non-tender players that are now free agents, and one of them is Brandon Woodruff. He was one of the Brewers' aces, and now he's been sent off to be free to sign with other teams. This was a shocking situation on Friday when we had the deadline. I was shocked when I saw this. Here's from MLB Trade Rumors.com. We'll talk about in this video, just so you know, all the teams he could go to. There's quite a bit. There's quite a list I have here, but about 4 or 5 of them, probably the more regular. The chances of them signing him are probably higher. I would also mention before I really get into the meat of this video, I have a channel called The Prospect Hub where I talk about Mets prospects. Go in. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. Please go and subscribe to it. It's just me giving you information about all these Met prospects and any other prospects I come across. I'm trying to get that channel monetized. It's been a very big surprise for me to get it so quickly, to be able to make a couple bucks off of it. So here we go. Brewers non-tender Brandon Woodruff. The Brewers are non-tendering starter Brandon Woodruff, as first reported by Bob Nightingale, USA Today. Woodruff underwent shoulder surgery in October and is expected to miss the majority of the 24 season. The injury put Milwaukee in a bind, as Woodruff was also entering the final season of club control. Given his excellent track record and prior salaries, he'd be projected for a healthy $11.6 million in arbitration. There was no way for Milwaukee to lower this past season's $10.8 million salary by any meaningful amount. Arbitration salaries can be cut by a maximum of 40%, and the Brewers surely would have had to go to an arbitration hearing if they sought such a reduction. Even if they won that, Woodruff would have been set to earn just shy of $6.5 million in a season, where he isn't expected to pitch much, if at all. The Brewers discussed multi-year agreements with Woodruff and trades of other clubs, but neither set of negotiations manifested in a deal. With yesterday's non-tender deadline, Brewers hit the bullet and made what GM Matt Arnold described in a statement as one of the most difficult decisions of his career. This is from Arnold. Today we had to make a very difficult decision relating to one of the best pitchers and human beings in franchise history. Throughout his 10 seasons in the organization, Brandon has represented the Brewers with class, kindness, heart, and toughness. He's recognized as a tremendous teammate both on the field and in the community, where he and his wife Joni have positively impacted so many lives among them. We remain very open to his return to Milwaukee, regardless of what uniform he wears next. Woody will always be a member of the Brewers family. That the Brewers remain open to some kind of reunion is a key takeaway from Arnold's comments, though obviously Woodruff will now be able to freely negotiate with all 29 other teams. While the possibility of loan, I highly doubt this will happen, because it seems like the Brewers have basically let everybody know that they are ripping this team apart now. And while the possibility of a year-long absence from the mound looms large, the 30-year-old's track record will surely draw substantial interest, likely on 2-year contracts that allow him to rehab the team for the first season before hopefully joining a full and healthy season in year 2. Since establishing himself on the Brewers roster in 2018, Woodruff and teammate Corbin Burns have formed a dominant 1-2 punch atop the Brewers' rotation. The 6'4" righty has pitched to a combined 2.98 ERA of 637 and third innings in that time, striking out 29.7%. He posted a slightly below average ground ball rate and kept the ball in the yard rather well, particularly considering homer-friendly home environments. Woodruff has generated swinging strikes at a big 12.7 clip and induced chases on pitches off the plate. If there's a knock on him, it has been his durability. He's never topped 179 and third innings in a season, has only made 30 starts on one occasion, and has averaged just 22 starts per year over his past 462 seasons. He did start a league-leading 13 games during the COVID-shortened 2020 season. That said, this is the first year of a big league career in which Woodruff has had a major arm injury. His most prominent other absences were due to oblique and ankle injuries that didn't make up for the lost time necessarily, but it paints a more favorable long-term outlook than what would be the case had a series of shoulder and elbow troubles kept him off the field in recent years and culminated in this recent procedure. Now, I'm going to go over a couple teams. Really, the list, in my view, is rather large. The Dodgers, the Mets, the Cardinals, the Rangers, the Cubs, Boston, Tampa Bay. He's made for Tampa Bay. They won't have to give him much, but he's pitched really well. You know, the White Sox, I put there. The Angels, the Mariners, the Yankees, Arizona, the Phillies, the Braves, and the Giants. I've highlighted for this. The Mets would be number one on this list. We'll get to them in a moment. The Rangers, the Cubs, the Red Sox, Atlanta, and San Francisco. Why do I say the Mets will be the number one team on this? Is because he pitched for David Stearns. And the Mets said that they weren't going to really go after it this year in terms of big-ticket items. But if they're going to sign a guy for the following year, for 2025, this is the perfect guy. Because if he does come back healthy next year, the Mets going to have a very good rotation. Now, the big name we've heard here with the Mets has been Yamamoto. That's the only name I've heard in terms of who the Mets are looking at. In terms of as a big pitcher, big player. But Woodruff would help them for next year, going into next season. Not this year coming in, but for 2025. But that's the number one team. You give him 1 year, see how it works. And obviously Stearns knows this player. So that's important to remember. That's a big deal in this thing. So you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2, and I'll see you later.